which means that it will continue to pick up intensity. And when it reaches us, if it does keep to this projection, we will unfortunately see for the first time in 13 years since Sandy, a hurricane actually hit landfall in Jamaica. Most of the hurricanes that we have been experiencing, like Beryl and others, we are only experiencing the outer bands. We haven't really experienced the actual impact of the landfall. So it's very important for us to appreciate that the current trajectory of Melissa means that she is going to be, or will be, if it holds, and I pray that it doesn't, but if it holds, she will be one of the most devastating, catastrophic hurricanes in our history, not just in the last 2 decades, in our history, particularly because of the characteristics, which are the strength of the hurricane, the projected strength, category 4 or 5, and the speed. The slower the hurricane means the more water that it will dump onto our land, which means the greater risk in terms of flooding. So there's a lot that we need to do as residents to prepare ourselves. Number one is for us to make sure that we are informing ourselves. Inform yourself by ensuring that you actually get your information from reputable, authentic sites. So if you don't have my TikTok or my, what you call it now, my different social media, it's P Charles JR for TikTok. What does I have, Abby?
Instagram.
Instagram, I have X, and I have Facebook. So P Charles JR. And of course, Abby gets a lot of our information out there too. So yes, you should be nervous, Donna. But besides being nervous, what I want you to be is prepared. And since you have a platform, I want you to communicate to people. We don't want them to be scared. We want them to be actively and strategically and deliberately taking action to save their life and their property, which means what you must do is, number one, your documents, your ID, your TRN, your NIS, your birth certificate, all of those things, the certificates, all of those things that are critical to me and my ministry, identifying you after and giving you a benefit if needed. You must secure those documents. Keep them close to you, because if all else goes, we need that information to process you so you can get support. Many of the persons in Beryl Abbey still have not gotten checks, besides, even though rather being registered, because we can't process them without a TRN and the relevant information. In addition to that, Donna, it's also important for people to listen to the authority. So much of us are stubborn. And when I left the place because me have my things there, and what if them thief me things? What if you're dead? It's always better for you to secure your life and that of your family than to secure your settee or your TV. Right? We are putting in place the necessary measures. So I spoke to Dr. Chang today, the Minister of National Security, and I asked, and I'm confident that if the evacuation order is given, which we are anticipating, Ms. Donna, in my constituency, then we want persons to move out with speed, expeditiously, so that we can get you to a safe space, and the police and the JDF will do what they have to do to secure the area. Once that area is evacuated, what it will mean is that no one should be there. And so anyone that is found in the area will be arrested, more than likely, or taken into custody. So it is going to be very hard for someone to loot. For them to loot if they are in an area that is declared a specific evacuation zone. And I want to tell everyone, if you want to find out what authority the government has, Google Disaster Risk Management Act, Jamaica. It will pop up. And then look for section 27. It will give you a list of all of the things that the legislation provides as authority, as the power that the authority has to compel you to move. The authority, the government, the police, those authorized officers can stop you from coming in. They can force you to come out. It's just that we don't want to use that kind of force. What we want to do is to inform you so that you can understand the importance of following the rule to your own, or at least to protect your own life. Yeah. Third thing I'll say, Donna, Abby, and everybody else that is listening, this storm, this hurricane rather, because of the unique nature of the speed, the slowness of it, we can anticipate that it's going to be a longer storm, meaning more days of a storm. Okay? So I want you to go back to Beryl, which is our most recent incident. Donna, were you in Jamaica during Beryl?
Yes, I was in Jamaica when burial.
You live in Clarendon?
No, Kingston.
All right. So you remember Beryl came July 4th, boom, 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 it gone, right?
Yes.
This is going to be about 2 to 3 times longer and about 2 to 3 times more intense than Beryl. And for spaces like Clarendon, where I am right now, matter of fact, why I couldn't come on is because I'm just coming from Rocky Point, Portland Cottage, Alley. I've gone through all of the different areas just to check on the shelters, just to look on the spaces and see what's going on. But this is going to be 2 to 3 times more intense. But the greater danger for us in this southern Clarendon belt, as well as Manchester and as well as St. Catherine, is that if the eye of the storm passes over us in terms of landfall, if the landfall passes over us, we are going to get 2 different directions of hurricane winds. Wherever the eye passes, it pushes winds one way, it stops, and then it come back the other way in reverse. So you want to get battered twice if the hurricane eye falls here. Plus, because we are close to the coast, it means that the storm surge, which when I spoke to Evan Thompson, he confirmed for me, the storm surge is going to be more than 10 feet high. I don't know, how tall are you, Donna?
5 feet, but 4 or 3.
It'll cover you.
It's 2 times your height. Imagine 2 of you, somebody standing up on your head, and you look up. That's how high the sea will get coming over into the land.
Then it now come up all for Mountain View then and them place there. And Port Royal.
That's not going to happen everywhere in the country, right? But in places like Clarendon, Southern, where it is projected now for the eye of the landfall, that's where you're going to see the heavy storm surge. Old Harbour as well. Okay, other places might not get the storm surge, but what you will get in Kingston is significant rain, which means even if every single drain was cleaned pristinely, it still could not, the capacity of the drain could not hold the water that's going to be dumped on this land. All right?
So the gullies are going to overflow.
The gullies will likely overflow if everything holds to the projection as it is right now. All right, so again, it's very important, Donna, Abby, everybody else, it's important for us. If you have family members in those areas where you see or you listen and you hear that they are at greatest risk, take your family members out of those areas, keep them with you wherever you are, so that they can be safer. All right, very,
All right,
very
so
important.
Minister, question. So your ministry is the lead in terms of recovery after the hurricane, right? So what does your ministry have in place for to help people for when Hurricane Melissa do her thing and gone?
All right, so my ministry is the ministry that deals with the post-disaster welfare coordination. And at times, depending on the unique vulnerability, we do help people before the disaster as well. So what we focus on is shelter management, which means that when the Ministry of Local Government assigns the shelters, of which we have about 881 shelters in the country, 659 of them are supposed to be activated for this hurricane. So when the shelters are assigned and people go to the shelter, it is the Ministry of Labor and Social Security that actually steps in to provide the food and the relief supplies that are required. We are also the ministry through our social office workers and also the team that bring in all of the support from the other humanitarian assistance partners like Food for the Poor, World Food Program, GEM, ADRA, Red Cross, Salvation Army. All of those people come together with us and we do the household damage assessments, which means we go around and we check the different households, we talk to the people, we write down the information. We are also the ministry that deals with distribution of relief supplies. So zinc, tarpaulin, water boot, solar lantern, all of those things, we are the ones that distribute those things. We're also the ones that, what's that?